Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Playing under the lights and some heavy rain here tonight. And here we go on Monday Night Primetime. He'll take this at the 10. Good work so far. He's got room. And they finally bring him down after a huge run back into their territory.
I'll say it again, Kate. I love these new kickoff rules. This is exactly what we all wanted to see. All of us understood the safety concerns with the kickoff, but we did not want to see this explosive, game-changing play out of the game, and we did. And in fact, in this one, we got to see it right from the jump.
Catch made by Bucky Irving. And this is going to get them all the way into the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Bucs have the first.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the red zone on first. On the move, headed right. This one's caught. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
And they score. It's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive.
Okay, we know you can do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with the brains, the processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down. You just put on a show.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. On the return, here comes Reed. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Falcons getting ready. Here comes first and 10.
33.
They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. And he's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Back to throw. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down.
Ready.
Here's the throw. To Pitts it goes. And they limit the damage after the catch, but the catch itself does get them to the opposing 43. A gain of 15 there. And that's a Falcon first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
First and 10 from the 43.
Right. 97. Come on. Cut.
Here's Robinson up the middle. That is exactly why you rally to the football. Got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss. It's a nice quick correction for this front row. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down.
Ready. 10 plus.
Motioning the tight end left.
Ready.
Third and long for him here. And the Buccaneers are going to get home as they drop it. And they come up big on third down there with the sack.
Well, we're already seeing his legs going to be a factor in this contest. But I'll tell you what, kid, if pressure's going to be on him like that, he's going to have to put his running back cape on and really use his ability to escape and keep things moving forward.
The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. Still going at the 30. Racing down the left side. And he houses it on the return all the way back for a touchdown. They have him back there because of what he can do with even the smallest sliver of daylight. And for my money, Brock, there aren't many plays more exciting than seeing a punt return for a touchdown.
You know, it kind of reminds me of the playground back in the day, right? You're playing tag, and you just can't get to that guy. He's just making you miss. Whether it is, I don't know, Devin Hester, Dante Hall, the human joystick, or Cordero Patterson, those elite guys, you just can't bring them down.
On the return, here comes Reed. Showing a little burst so far. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40.
First and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is first and 10.
Here we go. Punt.
They'll go play action. Has his man. It's the Michigan rookie. And he is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
From the 40-yard line now, this is first and 10.
Drill 52. Ready.
Robinson on the inside give. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Setting up the screen. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
First and 10, a run to Robinson. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards.
Such a cool picture right there of shock and shed. So what these D tackles work on in the league, you got to shock that offensive blocker, you got to shed him, and you got to make that tackle for loss. Well done.
Ready.
Setting up to throw. He's got a man left. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
And that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Set.
Third and long, they're going to throw. And cut in the end zone for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons lower the deficit to a single possession.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got a single eye or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Falcons chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Cameron Dicker
and ready to boot it away. Starting from the 5. Looks away from one. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That's a pretty cool look right there of the kind of coverage you're going to see when you play man-to-man. On that down and distance, you've got to be sharp on the outside. That DB certainly was.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Handoff now out of the gun. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. Good hit, but someone would love for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the first down. He picks up 15 on the play, and that will be a Tampa Bay first down. Irving here from the gun. He's able to stay on his feet through that run, at least until the tackle stops him. He picked up close to 4. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
2nd and 6.
Back now, pressure coming. It's his running back. And they bring him down after what he thought was a great game, but officials are saying he had some extra help. They got a flag down. I think this might be a hold, partner. And that's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. The Buccaneers leading so far. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break.
Ready up.
Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. He's going to be caught by Tyler Warren. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And the Bucs have the first.
Number 84, Tyler Warren. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. He completes it in traffic. Small gain down to the 46. Jalen Walker firing over to take him down.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
He's going to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be blocked down after reaching the 43.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
He's going to throw this one. Gets it to him on the screen. And they get stuffed. He is knocked backwards on the play. That makes it 4th down.
Not terribly complicated on this one. Just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
And this is marked out all the way down at the 6. They'll be dangerously close to their own goal line for this series.
Their own 6-yard line.
Ready, set.
Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Cut, cut.
drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Come on, set.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
32. Ready.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Pass complete to Robinson. And this gets them well away from danger as he is up past their 20. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On the give, here's Robinson. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door, bigger gap in the future.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go now. Ready?
Dropping back to throw. Right side, reeled in by Pitts. And they send him out of bounds as he gets this to the opposing 45. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45.
29 yards. 1st down, Falcons.
Back to throw now. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this 1st half so far, that's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Putting the tight end in motion. Back to the air they go on 2nd down. Short pass brought in. Down the left sideline he goes. All the way, and that's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Dicker on now for the PAT. Got a good play in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Falcons tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Short kick gathered in at the 15. He dodged the tackle. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Bucs to the line. 1st and 10. Throwing now off the play action. Completed to his running back. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Here's the give to Irving. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Yeah, that call you had ready, though? You can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he's able to stay on his feet through that run, at least until the tackle stops him. He picked up close to 4. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
With all these collisions these running backs take between the tackles, sure nice to get a little crease on the outside, get in that open field, and let these runners do their thing.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. So after plenty of scoring already, we have reached the 2-minute warning. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. They'll work against the blitz. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they bring him down around the 34.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
They're going play action. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. That throw intended for Tyler Warren. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. This gets the 1st and more. Running down the left side. That's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers get some late points and the lead. They'll set up here for the point after. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Buccaneers break that tie and now lead by 7.
Falcons 14.
The Bucs get lined up and they will kick this away. His return starts at the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. I don't know if they're going to get to him. He took it all the way. Oh, baby, what a return. Touchdown. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. Starting from the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Let's go.
Takes the handoff. Now to throw. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he's sent out. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield. 1st down, play action. Moving into enemy territory. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Let's go.
To throw here on 1st down. Dumps it off to his running back. And they get this down to the 28. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Working now from the gun. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone. Just can't finish the play.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Following the near interception, this is 2nd and 10.
Set. 60 Bisons.
They're throwing it. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Third and long for him here. This is a heater going deep. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Has the direction, but not the distance. It falls just short. And this stays tied here in the 2nd.
You know, we get on that field in pregame, and these kickers make it look so easy. But in real action, it's a totally different animal. That was definitely online. Just didn't quite get all of it. It's going to wind up just a few feet short. Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Here we go. Set.
Again to throw on 2nd. That one's complete, right side. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Buccaneers territory. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at 2nd. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Ready?
Here he is on 3rd and short. Finds his back. It's Robinson. And the pass is stopped before it can get to the 1st. Great tackle there to bring up 4th down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
4th down and less than a yard.
So from a mile away, they'll send out the field goal unit to take a shot at this one. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And it doesn't have the leg. They called on him from deep, but he just can't get it there. And this stays tied here in the 2nd.
Hey, listen, I know kickers are arguably better today than they've ever been in the history of football. But anything from 60-plus is still awfully ambitious. And that time, it didn't pan out.
He's trying to push the field. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. Well, as we all know, halves can't end on a defensive penalty. So now we get an untimed down. Gonna keep this one and go. And he's into the end zone. No time left, and they take the lead right as halftime arrives. The fact that they pulled that out on a 1st and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did. And I would have loved to see those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, the big guys in particular, many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go. And that group certainly was.
That one right down the middle. And the Buccaneers break that tie and now lead by 7. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our 2nd half. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Trying for the deep ball. He drops it. Oh, a huge gain in hand, but he couldn't finish the catch. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Still 10 to go. 2nd down now from the 26.
Ready.
Off the play fake. He'll throw. Pressure's there, and the Bucs got it. And the sack forces a now tougher 3rd down.
That is not the way they needed to come out of the locker room here to begin the 2nd half. Trailing, you got to play with a sense of urgency. You got to protect your quarterback, and they didn't either.
14.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down.
Ready. Set.
Now looking to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Escapes a defender. And the Buccaneers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
The 3rd down pass. Intercepted. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard
Bucs to the line. 1st and 10.
Reload. Check. Broncos, go.
On the give, this is Irving. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They get an even 10 on that play. And that will be a Tampa Bay 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
From the red zone now. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Billy Bowman.
On the double.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Yellow. 43.
Man in motion out of the slot.
Hut.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Back now, pressure coming. He stays up. Dumps it off to Robinson. And he's brought down at the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, gets down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
Taking a yard shy of midfield. And a nice return has him looking at a very short field now. We've set it down from 37. Shaking off the pit quickly. He's going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. Space on the right. He's got room. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers keep their drive alive and reach Pater one play later. Setting up to try the point after. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Buccaneers double their lead to 14. The Bucs get lined up and they will kick this away. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out.
Set, ready.
Throwing from the gun here. ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Falcons driving in, and they're going to bring him down. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with a tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
And that's going to fall incomplete on a look to his running back, and it's going to bring up fourth down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2, and third downs critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Tampa Bay in punt formation now. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Robinson to start the drive. And he's able to stay on his feet through that run, at least until the tackle stops. He picked up close to 4. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
Good, 52. Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw. He beams one deep right side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Ready. Set.
He'll air it out on 3rd. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football. They'll bring out the punter here. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And a big hit on the return to stop it cold.
At the 27-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. They'll come out throwing. Ooh, almost to throw the cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up. So play number 1 almost ended this drive. Let's see what play number 2 has in store.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Throwing again on 2nd. Down he goes. The Falcons defense gets it done. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
And the defender's there to knock this away. That effort means it's 4th down.
You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph a pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
And this one is out of bounds. No return on the kick.
At their own 17-yard line.
Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Hunt.
Throwing from the gun. He put everything he had into this one. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on to a well-placed hit like that one.
Ready?
He's going to throw again on second down. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. A gain of 15 there. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down. We've set it downs for him from the 31.
Down. Check.
They go play action on first down. He's going to push one deep down the right. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Timing is everything in life. Good timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Dump-off caught by his back. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. First down from the 42.
And the Falcons first down.
Let's go.
A gain of 11 on the play.
52 Bulls.
And the Falcon first down.
52 Blasters. Ready?
Off the play fake, he'll throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making a play.
It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
That's another Falcons first down.
Ready? Set.
First and 10 at the 30.
There's a counter give to Robinson. Allen continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
Right side, reeled in by Pitts. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
You know, Kate, that really is one of the benefits that comes with experience. You'll feel it. Right, look at the quarterback, never seeing the rush, never looking at the rush. Instead, eyes are downfield, and the big play follows.
Has it at the 7. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons shave some off the deficit late in the quarter.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Returning it from the 4. And they get to him before it can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line.
And they're on 17-yard line.
Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Right side, this is Ibuka. And it'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup.
So just one quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's Buccaneers football with a slight lead. Just got to hang on for one final quarter. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. They'll work against the blitz. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Try getting it to Emeka Egbuka. And that leaves him with third and short.
Kate, this is one of those situations where they've got the lead on the scoreboard, but not the momentum on the field. This is a big third down coming up. Got to seize back a little control and find a way to cut off the comeback.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Shotgun handoff to Irving. He's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. First down play, that's him 5. It's going to be second and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front seven.
Second down pass play coming. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. I'll throw it. Catch me left side by Amuka. Gets it to the 15. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. That one right down the middle. And the Buccaneers double their lead to 14.
42. Falcons 28.
The Bucs get lined up and they will kick this away. He's going to field this at the 2. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
Ready, play.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Check.
Throwing off the play fake. Caught by his fullback behind the line. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time. The Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, you have a tight end with his hand on the ground? Yes, coach. You have a fullback still on your roster? Yes, coach. And you're going to be just fine.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
How many times over the course of the season do we see a quarterback like this, Cade, run out of so many sacks? So impressive. Didn't just get him once. That's now twice.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Okay, this defense finally said enough, ripped up that script. They have seen him be way too productive. Time to start fighting him for every single throw.
Well, best of luck here. It's 4th and a considerable distance. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Punting unit out now. And he'll try to hit this one well. About ready to go now. 1st and 10.
Set, ready. Black, 95. Hut.
Running left is Robinson. Room to run inside the 20. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons now within 1 score in the 4th. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
All right, they're going to throw for it. Nothing doing on that 2-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion.
I've heard great receiver coaches say, watch your fingers wrap around the ball. You know, it's pretty clear he should have had that one, and he didn't get the job done. The 2 points, well, they're left on the table.
He'll begin his return from the 11. Jukes away from one.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Bucs to the line. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Irving. Nearly starts the drive with the 1st down run. Stops a yard short, gain of 9.
Well, that run may not have moved the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. It sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Second and manageable. He's throwing. Short pass caught by his tight end. He brushed him off with ease. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. It's a massive 35-yard pickup. First down. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. On first down, they're going to run with Irving. And second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
He's dropping back to throw. A little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down.
Let's go now.
He'll throw it. They did it. He made the interception. Jesse Bates in to pick it off. And the Falcons have some new life in the fourth.
Not just a bad decision, frankly. And really, as a quarterback in this moment of the game, you got to know it's not a time to take a risk. Cannot be throwing out life preservers and giving that other team, your opponent, a chance like he just did.
And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
It's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
A quick throw completed out to the left. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line. The Bucs go to the dime set ahead of this third down.
Come on, set.
Looking to throw. That one complete to Pitts. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Falcon first down.
Here we go. Set.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This one's going to hit the ground to incomplete. Looking for his running back there. He's going to send him back to the drawing board now for second down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. Working quickly here.
52 blasted.
And the Falcons first down.
Set.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Falcons 8 points behind.
Ready.
After the incomplete pass, here comes second and 10.
Set. Hut. Ready.
He'll look to throw it. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here we go. Here we go. 6. Hut.
Here he is to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Hut. Hut.
Desperation time here on fourth. Guess who? Pitts has another. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. So an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble to go for it there on fourth down, Brock. They're moving the chains. So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Spike 60. Yellow. Ready.
Setting up to pass. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25.
Hurry. Hurry.
Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here.
13 yards.
Trouble, 38.
First down, Atlanta.
22 needle. Set, go.
Shotgun snap, a gift to Robinson. He finds him 6 yards on that first down run.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open, deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
That one connects. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Robinson has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Ball at the 2 here for second and goal. The motion receiver left.
Ready?
Back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here,
and they're still like Brock. He brings in the touchdown, and now they've got a shot to force overtime. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there. No change to the call on the field. That play's going to remain a touchdown.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point.
Here he is to throw. And that catch gets them the 2. We're all tied up here in the 4. They're not out of it yet. That conversion successfully tying this game and puts us, of course, on track for overtime.
so much momentum gain, long odds to get those two-point conversions, but now you got to have discipline. We know, we've seen it in playoffs with limited time left. You got to make sure you finish the deal and carry this momentum you've just gained into that extra frame.
Dodge the tackle. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. First call here coming from the shotgun. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain.
At the 28-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up second and 9.
That's going to do it for regulation, so some bonus football in store for all those fans in the stands. We're headed for overtime. And there's still something being celebrated by the fans, isn't it, Brock? A coin toss might not decide the game anymore here in overtime. Both sides guaranteed a possession now, even if the first team scores a touchdown. And if we're tied after those two series, it is next score wins. From the jaws of defeat, they snatch this game away. And now we're off in overtime to decide it. On the return, here comes Reeves. Now following the play, we see the medical staff hurrying out for an injured Buccaneer.
25-yard line.
Got it.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready.
Here's Robinson up the middle. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Buccaneers surprise them with the interception and now have a chance to win this game.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go, Viking 18. Hawk 7, take over.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
4 yards.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's sack number 4 in the game for him. This one makes it 3rd down.
This defense has been doing it all, not just with the takeaways, but the pressure and what that does and how hard it is to play the quarterback position when you're taking a beating like this.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
3rd and long for him here. Right side is reeled in by Warren. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
The kick is good. He got it. And they've taken back the lead.
You know, Kate, that may not seem like much. I just spoke 1 for 2 as a kicker, but it's a whole lot different just psychologically for these guys to see one go through because they may need him at some point later in this game.
So it's a win for the Buccaneers. And they only needed a field goal to end it as their guy connected on an absolute bomb through all the pressure to claim a heck of a win here in overtime. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers winners, as with that, we sign off from Tampa.